Clements Homebrew, coming at ya. Old man Clements here, Kevin, and I've got a great beer once again tonight. It is the 3BEANS from SixPoint Brewery. Thank you, GJ and Johnny, for making this one possible in our beer trade. This is one I've been excited to have. This beer has some history to it, and it's worth going to their website and watching the video. But this is based off an historic, ancient formula from medieval Europe and in the Baltic areas, where they didn't have access to the wheat and the barley like in other areas. They were able to use beans and the sugars in them to help make beer. And the 3BEANS in this you may have heard before, but just in case you haven't, it's the cow, the coffee bean, and Romano beans, which is an Italian bean that they use to brew these beers. There's a great backstory to this beer. Because of Hurricane Sandy, it disrupted a lot of things in life, including the brewing of this beer. And so what they ended up doing was they had to fly their team out to Portland, Oregon, to the coffee roasters out here. And, you know, we are known for our coffees in the Northwest as well. And it was real cooperative effort of all these craft brewers, whether it was coffee or beer, and the chocolatiers to really make this brew. Oh, that's fun. This is a Baltic Porter. It's 10% ABV. Wow. Look at that creamy tan head. That is quite something on there, isn't it? That's a good two-finger head on there. Oh, up front, it's mostly, the first thing that hits you is a lot of roasted malts. It's a sweet scent. Not getting so much chocolate off the nose. I thought I might. Yeah, there is some there. Almost like some brown sugar kind of a scent on this, actually. Yeah, very sweet, sugary, almost cola-like, brown sugar, and dark malts. So we're going to get a taste on this one. Wow. Wow. That's intense. I was not quite expecting that. Oh man. I'll have to warm this up some, but the coffee was just this big coffee. This big, bold coffee flavor. Then that merged with these roasted malts, like roasted chocolate malts, was just huge. And it is a Baltic Porter type taste. That's true, but it's a really potent, really strong Baltic Porter at that. You get a little bit of the bitterness off of the like the cocoa bitter. It's a pretty good bitter coming off that, a bitter chocolate-like bitter. But not deterring. It's good. It's a nice, you know, it's like a nice brown porter beer. It kind of dries off at the end, kind of like what I prefer anyway on a porter. So I've let this warm up a little bit to see what else we're going to get off of it. One thing I need to mention, this is kind of like a full, medium full body on this. Real velvety, really rich, smooth, creamy beer. And it actually has a fairly decent carbonation. It's not a high carbonation, but a fairly decent carbonation for porter. Very nice. Really good balance on that carbonation with this. Surprisingly, the flavors haven't changed that much. They're a little bit more magnified. The beer mellows out as it warms up. It's still predominantly these really nice roasty flavors. The chocolate kind of plays almost like a bittering factor on this. You get those chocolate flavors in. They're not the dominating flavors. And the bitterness on the chocolates almost adds to like maybe whatever they did for hopping with the beer in the background. Wonderful beer. We'll get to rating on this. A Baltic Porter. I've had some very nice Baltic Porters. I think it's probably one of the better Baltic Porters that I've had. Very, very good. On a rating on this beer, it's definitely in the excellent category. I think that I was expecting more sweet chocolate. There's sweet flavors. Don't misunderstand me. It's a sweet beer, but a lot more dominated by the coffee. And the chocolate blends into the background, much more of the roasted and the coffee aspect on this. But still a wonderful beer. I'm giving this one a 92 on a Baltic Porter. Overall on this beer, on my complete spectrum, that's really tough. This is a really very good beer. But you know, I probably have some stouts and things that I would favor as far as dark beers go. A little more than this. I'm going to go with a 90 on my overall. An excellent, excellent beer. A fun beer to try. And it's a porter, folks. This is not a stout. So this is a high-octane 10% ABV porter. So if you've got a chance to get this one and also support the efforts after Hurricane Sandy, I would say by all means go out, get the 3BEANS from SixPoint. Try some of the other beers too, because they make some fantastic beers. And what else can I say other than life is too short to drink cheap beer, and I will see you in another beer review. Cheers.